Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This message is going to be for Aries. We are in Libra season, and we do have the eclipse coming up at the end of the month. This month of Libra season is, I think it's like around the sixth house for Aries, which means that, no, it's the seventh, I'm sorry. It's the seventh house for Aries, which means that your relationships are going to be in the forefront, how you handle yourself, how you handle people, relationships, family, relationships, in marriage, relationships, in workspace, profession, friendships. If you have been in a position where you are growing, you know that you are maturing, and it's on a spiritual level, then you want to pay attention to your actions at this time. If you feel like, people have done things to you where you feel triggered, you want to look at the triggering, and if it's anger or worry or doubt, you want to look at it as a weakness that you need to strengthen, meaning that confidence in relationships or confidence in yourself will be the key to your relationship building. Interpersonal skills also go along with your seventh house interaction with people. Interpersonal means that you understand when to talk and when not to talk, for instance. You understand communication methods. You understand that you need to listen and speak, but listen and then you speak. Hear so that you can understand what the person is saying. That's interpersonal skills, and that's going to take you a long way in this here season, because Libra is the seventh house, but there can be oppositions from Aries to Libra because they're across from each other. Okay, so here we go with your first card, Aries. Blessings, and we hope for increase and financial blessings. So here, there's some things that you're going to be working at turning around, because the Wheel of Fortune is saying that you have some things that have been reversed. I believe that that's a past situation and that you're working towards that, because the information that came up was indicative to explaining to you how to handle people. So you know how the children of Israel, they kept going around the mountain, they blamed Moses. You probably are coming out of a season of understanding that you've been blaming people for what you can do, taking responsibility and accountability for yourself in this season. And so there's no more going around the mountain. The wheel is turning in your favor, it's turning back around, and you get the sun card. The sun card is positivity. The sun is going to be shining on you because you are learning how to speak and listen and allow others to speak and listen, right? It's a communication thing going on here, because partnerships, relationships are all about interpersonal skills. You can't make other people be or handle you the way that you would want them to, but you can teach them how to handle you. That means that if they don't listen to you, you might say, okay, well, it's a time out for me talking to them because they don't hear what I'm saying. It's not to say that what you're saying is not important. It might be that they're not ready to hear what you're having to say. So your conversation is not valued just yet. That's not a put down. It's just how we relate to each other. I was talking to someone yesterday, and they said that they realized that consciousness is different for everyone. And this is true, because you can work on yourself to look at the person that doesn't understand what you're saying, to say, okay, you just don't get it yet. Or you could just be silent and say, well, you don't get it yet, to yourself, because they don't need to know that. Sometimes it's an offense to a person to tell them that you don't really understand me. So some things we can learn how to keep to ourselves rather than just, venting. Oh, I like the idea of you having a sun card as well, because you have energy coming in. You're energetic, and you're working out things concerning your own life. And so the Queen of Wands, your charisma, maybe you're on the fence about your charisma, but you just got charisma because that's how it is for Aries. Some of them don't know that, I found, but they do. People are attracted to them because they are the fire sign. And that Wands, or the Two of Wands with the Queen, we're going to say it's for kings and queens. The Two of Wands with your charisma, you can work magic with your wands, and your wands is your word. So all of this is pointing back to your communication with people, to be mindful in this time with Libra, to speak and listen, to listen to the people and know when you don't need to give a comment, because Aries can be fiery. They can come off with an attitude. They can come off believing that it's all about them. They have a lot of humor. Keep your humor, but know in the conversations that you have, some people aren't ready for it. And it is a sensitive time right now because the eclipse is coming up, and that Saturn and Aquarius opposition is there. That means Saturn and Aquarius is they're opposite each other, and they're struggling with past and future. Saturn is the past, Aquarius is the future. You hold energy in that too. You may be confused about steps that you need to take in the future because of what you did in the past. I say pray, meditate to go into the future. Do what you haven't done before. As long as it's going to bless you, it's going to bless you, and it's not going to hurt others. Okay. And that is going to be my message. I think you have some wonderful cards. You're turning some things around concerning your fortune. I think, and I always tell my brother who's a Aries, that he's funny. He just has an automatic comedian in him. And when you look up Eddie Murphy and some of the other comedians, Eddie Murphy is an Aries, and so they're fiery. They have a lot of energy, and they make people laugh. But the thing is that they have to sit back and understand sometimes where the void is in them, and that they get frustrated because no one is filling that void, but they have to fill the void. That means that sometimes you're working, doing some things that are not making you happy. As I told my brother, you're just the automatic, um, comedian. You might look at that and find fulfillment, and you're not working as hard as you used to. So, fulfillment is key. That is what I'm trying to get to, and purpose. And then laughter will be your forte forevermore. So, be blessed, Aries. I'll see you next week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for sharing. Bye bye.